Hi there, it's Paulie here. So I've just been off to a 40th high school reunion over in Melbourne. I went to a hippie bush school called Arrrr Education Reform Association. Yes, I went to reform school. Almost. No, it was a what do you call them? It was a free school. So, you know, first name basis with the teachers, you kind of picked your own curriculum, turned up the classes if you wanted to. Incredibly valuable for me. If you needed a deeply structured environment, you're probably screwed. But fantastic. It was in the middle of the bush. Great. So it's kind of nice meeting people from the school again. But in like a couple of decades ago, I actually met someone. I was in that area. And this person was a youth counsellor for that region where that school used to be. The school is long gone now, but over the hill from us there was the Donvale Christian School, which is kind of a right-wing, Baptist Christian school, and this guy had been a student there at the time. I was a student over the road, and he was just telling me, "Oh, yeah, no, I've been here. Yes, I mean it's much better now. There used to be this place over the hill from us, and oh, this place, it was supposed to be a school, but they were animals." And this guy's going to tell you from their point of view. And you're listening and thinking, yeah, we did that. Commando raids, we'd creep through the bush, steal into their corridors, steal their school bags, put them on a raft and send them, and anchor the raft in the middle of this very, very wide creek that went through the area. Just because you're bastards. And there were all these explosions and things going on one day. I was like, we couldn't understand. There was like rockets and all this sort of stuff, and there's some kind of music, this hellish music. So, oh yeah, don't know how to tell you this. Yeah, that was me. That was the Wargamers. So what? Oh, it was May Day. What? It was May Day. What? It was Katiushkas. We made about 200 or 300 homemade atomic size firework rockets, and we just laid them down in huge beds. And yes, we had boom boxes, and we were playing the song Katiushka, and we were firing off a Katiushka as a salute to Comrade Stalin for May Day. Why would you do that? We've got to understand, you're like, we're 13-year-old wargamers. You had to, man. Oh God! One of the things, because there were many sort of bright young wargamers and role-playing gamers at this place, and we discovered slings fairly early on. I'm going to be quite good with a sling. But it's a huge football oval, and one of the kind of daily events was people would just go down to the oval and fire slings, initially at targets on the other side, but then some idiot came up with the idea, hey, let's get shields and so on, and you just go into teams, and some of you fire rocks at the other team, and if a rock's coming away, you just kind of bat it aside with a shield. And of course 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old idiots think this is really great. I was a first aid sort of volunteer for the school, so I'm on call at lunchtime, and yes, one day someone comes in with a broken forearm where someone suddenly discovered that rocks propelled by slings are really dangerous, which was called it to a stop right at the time when my particular team had just reinvented the staff sling, which were monstrous. We were launching half bricks from these staff slings. You could send a half brick sailing way over the other side of a football oval with just destroy anything in its path. No, you can't block that with a shield. It's going to knock you backwards. This became very useful in demonstrations in later years. May I recommend it to the younger generation? But yes, this school was absolutely crazy. But it was a hotbed of young writers and game designers and so on. So the school library area was forever full of role playing, and there was a mezzanine floor above the library, and the senior school grades often have English literature and so on in the library. But, okay, they've got a lesson on, but we don't have anything on for an hour, so we're up on the mezzanine floor playing Dungeons and Dragons. Or another thing everyone was fond of was there was a set of Wargames rules by the London Wargames Club, which were called, it was Ancient Naval Warfare. So it was triremes, yes, so everyone's either playing triremes or D&D games and so on. But the D&D games, like, there's actually people supposed to be in a class below, but they're actually listening to what's going on. And you know, I just bumped into someone from that school in later years who just, oh, did the dwarf ever make it? I said, what? Oh, well, you know, we were listening, and there's some, you were playing this game, and they're trying to rescue this dwarf, and he was down in a canyon, but there were like skeletons had like burst out of this old tomb, and you're trying to get him out of there. I was like, God, you've got a memory. Yeah, we got him out of there. Says, yeah. We kind of got in trouble for like listening to you guys. Yes, you would get this voice from the teacher. Yeah, this is shh, keep it down. But yes, it was an interesting place. I've never understood American style school bullying. It's really weird. I don't get it. Again, not an Australian thing. Someone bullies you, end them. I don't know, but it was generally understood that you don't screw with the gamers, because they're not going to punch you. They're probably going to blow up your house, because the gamers are also the ones who are like in chemistry lessons, like, yeah. So sorry. So the exact formula for lethal phosgene gas again was, or would make 300, Katyushka rockets, or what have you. There was some fantastic practical joke wars at this thing, and of course, budding chemical geniuses and sinister masterminds. I did some of them, but I found in these later years I've sort of been friended by a girl who was at that school. We compared notes. It was interesting because she was, who did this one? Who did that? So my piece de resistance, I think, was when we went to a school camp, and there was like a long toilet block that wasn't really well lit. So I unscrewed these overhead neon lights just slightly so that they, like, a couple of them went off, so it was even dimmer. Then I took Glad Wrap, which is like, clear plastic film, open the toilets, and you put like a layer of Glad Wrap over the water. And then I'd stolen sodium from the chemistry lab. I just put a couple of flakes of sodium on this film, and why would you do that? Well, because someone comes in, and this is in the teacher's toilet block. So you'd come in, they'd sit down, ease springs, and there's a bang and a flash and a puff of smoke under their ass, and fine heart attack material. It says, oh, you arsehole, we heard all these bangs and flashes and screams. We had no idea. Yeah, if it was chemical or electrical, it was usually me. But this girl, as it turned out, was responsible for some of the actual heavy engineering ones. She had the ability to muster large numbers of sort of fit young men, of course, to do things like pick up teachers' cars and actually maneuver them into place as well. She's organised. She's hang on, this wall of this building is actually only bolted in place. So if we remove the bolts, we can swivel this out, pick up this person's car, carry it through the bush, put it inside this building, put the wall back, and put the bolts in, and somehow this car is in a room where the doors could not possibly admit a car. So maybe a place that needed more supervision of people, but we had fun anyway.